5 seconds. Start. The instant appeals are preferred against the judgment and order dated 3rd December 2014 passed by the High Court of Judicature at Bombay, whereby the criminal application number 1258 of 2014 filed by the appellant Dr. Sunil Khandelwal and criminal application number 1429 filed by the applicants B.K. Sharma and Nakul Ranjan under section 482 of Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 came to be rejected. By way of the said petition, the appellants had challenged the order dated 29 September 2008 passed by the Judicial Magistrate First Class Bhiwandi in complaint number 6353, wherein the magistrate had issued process against the appellants for the offence punishable under section 500 and 501 of the Indian Penal Code 1860. At the relevant time, the appellant Dr. Sunil Khandelwal was serving as the chairman and managing director of the Bank of Baroda BOB, whereas the appellant B.K. Sharma and Nakul Ranjan held the positions of Deputy General Manager and Chief Manager BCMS in the bank respectively. The respondent number 1 Phoenix India and taken credit facilities from the bank to the tune of rupees 21.34 crores and had secured the same by mortgage of its immovable properties. The loan transactions pertain to the period prior to 2002. Respondent number 1 firm defaulted in payment of the installments of the term loan as well as the interest due on the outstanding amount from the quarter ending on 30th June 2002. Consequently, the bank classified the loan accounts of respondent number 1 firm as non-performing assets as on 31st December 2002 and notified respondent number 1 firm to repay the overdue loan along with the accrued interest. Despite the repeated intimations and demands, the outstanding amounts were not cleared, whereupon the bank initiated proceedings under the provisions of scrutinization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. Notice dated 25th March 2007 was issued to respondent number 1 firm under section 13(2) of SAR FAESI Act, calling upon it to pay the outstanding dues in full and discharge the abilities towards the bank within 60 days from the date of issuance of the said notice. Respondent number 1 firm in response to said notice addressed various correspondence to the bank claiming that the demand raised in the notice was exorbitant and incorrect, and also offered variable solutions for settlement of outstanding dues and offered to give symbolic possession of the asset to the bank. However, despite such assurances, respondent number 1 firm failed to clear the outstanding dues, whereupon the bank on 13th June 2007 issued a possession notice under section 13(4) of the SAR FAESI Act read with Rule 8 of the Security in Trust Rule 2002 for taking symbolic possession of the immovable property mortgaged by respondent number 1 firm to secure the credit facilities. The bank, in response, promptly issued a clarifactory letter dated 7th August 2007 expressing regret for the clerical error that occurred in mentioning the amount in the possession notice pasted on the premises of respondent number 1 firm. Respondent number 1 firm, however, was not satisfied by the clarification letter and filed a criminal complaint number 6353 of 2007 before the magistrate Bhivandi for the offences under section 499, 500 and 501 of the IPC, alleging inter alia that by raising the aforesaid ex-aggregated demand and pasting the possession notice on the premises of respondent number 1 firm with fictitious outstanding amount, the bank and its officials had defamed respondent number 1 firm complainant, thereby harming its reputation and future business prospects. The magistrate proceeded on the complaint and issued process against the appellant's wide order dated 29 September 2008 after adverting to the procedure provided under section 200 and 202 CRPC, being aggrieved by the order issuing process dated 29 September 2008, the appellant herein filed two separate applications bearing numbers 1258 and 1429 before the High Court seeking quashing of complaint number 6353 filed by respondent number 1 firm. The order dated 29 September 2008 passed by the magistrate issuing process in complaint number 6353 was impugned in the aforesaid petition. The High Court, however, proceeded to dismiss the quashing petition, observing that the averments in the complaint disclosed the necessary ingredients of the offences alleged against the appellants, and that the appellants herein were in charge of and looking after the day-to-day affairs of the bank and thus were prima facie responsible for issuance of the defamatory possession notice. With these conclusions, the quashing petitions came to be rejected. The aforesaid order of the High Court is subject to challenge in these appeal by special leave. No one has entered appearance to represent respondent number 1 firm complaint despite service of notice. The bank is body corporate. The appellants herein being the chairman and managing director, as well as other officers of the bank were as accused on the principle of vicarious liability, being the person responsible for the day-to-day affairs of the bank. It is a settled position of law that without impeding the company itself, the prosecution against directors or officers alone is impermissible. Full stop.